Aquarius, hello, boo. Welcome to your zodiac reading. This is going to be a reading about the transition that is Pluto going into Aquarius and how that will affect you. Let's get right into it. So you're obviously going to be greatly affected as Pluto is moving into your sign. But you and Pluto are kind of like best friends, like type of thing. You know how Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio? Well, I would say something like Pluto is the best friend of Aquarius. um because Aquarius is able to understand Pluto's need for privacy, Pluto's um, longing for expansion through knowledge, particularly, but knowledge that not everybody is able to receive. The reason why Pluto is able to be so comfortable in the sign of Aquarius is because Aquarius is so comfortable in expanding. Aquarius is so comfortable in the non-traditional ways of growing, of expanding, of becoming, and ultimately of being. And therefore, this is a beautiful location for Pluto because I'm telling you, what? Because just like when Pluto is in Scorpio, in Aquarius also Pluto feels right at home, but also Aquarius offers that energy right back to Pluto to be like, okay, I see how you're doing it. Now what if I take your way and do this with it? And that's what's nice. That's what makes this a best friend or a friendship between Pluto and Aquarius. Unlike with Pluto and Scorpio, where it's more of a teacher-student relationship, parent-child relationship. With Aquarius and Pluto, it's like two equals coming together. But those that are like, yes, 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 it's kind of like a meeting of the minds, a meeting of the high frequency minds. And that's exactly what this period of Pluto in Aquarius is going to feel for you, babe. It's going to feel as if you are being validated by nature itself. It's going to feel as though your expansion is validated by the gods themselves because every aspect of you that longs for more, that longs for that expansion, that longs for reaching into the depths of human nature, into the human mind, into human emotions, into the human being is going to be satisfied. Um, it's going to be a great time for what society calls spirituality, and spirituality is ultimately the study of the self. And there's a way in which Aquarius has gone about this in a very bold way, and yet a way in which it's basically all the times that people looked at Aquarius and said, Aquarius is so weird. Aquarius is the weird one. Aquarius is so strange. Aquarius is so aloof. Aquarius is so this and that. It's like it was all building up to something because it's as if Aquarius knew that you are ultimately almost training this version of yourself where there's gonna be a time where adopting one's unique template can finally be not accepted, more than accepted, where there's going to be space for those who have not just conformed to society or traditional like ways of being. There's going to be a time when being yourself, being authentic, being loyal to your original template is actually valued. And Aquarius kind of like just kept working on themselves so that when that time comes, Aquarius is ready to come out and play. And that's basically what's happening. Like Scorpio in Aquarius is a time when if you were able to work on yourself through all these years, if you were able to um refine yourself from a version of yourself that has to conform to society and the way in which society requires people to live, whether through race, through gender, through through politics, whatever it is that society uses to conform people. If you were able, it doesn't mean that you had to completely extract yourself out of these things, because some of them you actually can't extract yourself from. They're everyday things. And yet, if you were able to still hold this part of yourself that is none of these things, because it is almost transcending these things, and in a space where you were able to build what I can only refer to as an inner world. That inner world is finally finding its way to your reality and is going to manifest in your reality. Your world is about to reflect a state that speaks to the saying, truth is stranger than fiction. Is that the saying? Truth is stranger than fiction? But yeah, that's basically what's about to like unfold for you, where certain things that only happen in some people's imaginations are about to actually find form in your actual reality. It might not be exactly like that, but they will find a way to take form in your, it might not be in the exact way it is like within your inner world, but those concepts, those higher ideals, they're going to find a way to manifest within your reality. Ultimately, the key words to the concepts I'm speaking about is freedom, is high frequency ideals, is expansion, is basically what you feel when you see someone. And I'm saying someone, so this can only be, you know what I'm thinking? If you've seen the movie like Maleficent, like where she kind of like stretches out her wings, that feeling that you get when she does that, yeah, that's about to manifest itself into your reality. Oh shit, look. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Like the wings. I don't know if you can see like the wings there. Like, yeah, basically something like that. And I love this card because it's kind of so elusive. You're not really sure what it's looking at. It says upper world. So even though you're not sure what you're looking at or what the form is, but it gives you the idea, the feeling of a higher vibration, expanded way of being. I feel like all these cards are representing that. You've got the holy mountain, you've got water, you've got the Andean cross, which is all just speaking to you taking this fuller form of yourself, you taking on the physical sense of you being a high vibrational being, where it's no longer just an idea, but where it's going to show within your life. People are going to look at your life and kind of not understand, like, how is it that you're able to do that? How were you able to transform that into that so quickly? Like, wait a minute, weren't you the one that was depressed like a couple of years ago? Weren't you the one that was an addict 5 years ago? Weren't you the one that was jobless a couple of years ago? How is it that you were able to transform your life into a completely, from that perspective, an unrecognizable like state? And basically within that, that's why I'm saying the idea of being high vibrational, of being a high frequency being, is no longer just going to be words used in the spiritual community. Within you, it's going to be a manifested reality. I'm getting okay. So also Aquarius with you, it also has to do with wealth. If you haven't watched the reading that I did on Pluto's transition into Aquarius, I will link it below. Go check out that reading, because also Pluto is a Pluto is also an idea of the Greek god Hades, and people know Hades as the ruler of the underworld, but Hades also represented wealth. Wealth being money, being opportunities, being knowledge, being teachings, being connections, being connections to nature, connections to people, connections to things that enrich one's world, health, um, the ability to attract what you need towards you and repel that which does not have your best interest away from you. So, all of this you are tapping into as things that are not outside of yourself, but as things that are part of your unique template. And you finally connected to that timeline. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to be the not the introductory phase, but the phase where you're actually within it. The introduction is going to happen very quickly. The calibration is going to happen very quickly. I think the same thing was said for Scorpio, which is interesting because Scorpio also has a beautiful relationship with Pluto. It's as if those signs that share a beautiful relationship with Pluto, Pluto will help you to quickly calibrate the energies so that you don't spend most of the transition or you don't spend most of this placement time transitioning into it or calibrating into it, but rather gaining the full benefits of it. Because there's also things that you are going, or ways in which you're going to express yourselves that will be later seen as revolutionary, as great, as art. And this is the time where you are going to be making those things that will reflect your truest template. I hope this is making sense. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. If the reading resonated, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. Later, enjoy this period, because wow.